Hello, hello. Can you hear me? How about now? Can you hear me now? Hello, can you guys hear me? Welcome. I'm just going to start early so I can get everybody in here before we actually start. How's everyone doing? Can you guys hear me? I could see that you guys can. Okay. Hello, hello. Let's get everybody in here. Share the live. We have a beautiful conversation for today that I'm super excited about. So, you guys always hear me talking about my healing journey. And that's really like what led me into the coaching field. And because I learned a lot along the way. And I created the emotional compass and I created a healing framework that I use for my coaching and use for my clients. And it's something that I'm going to start making episodes about kind of here in the podcast, in the TikTok podcast here. And it's something I'm very passionate about and very like close to my heart. So every day or every other day, I'm going to come on here and share a part of this framework because I feel like it's something that I know it's something that will make the utmost difference in your life because I know it saved mine. And I don't say that lightly because it really did. It really did. It turned me into a person that I never thought I could be. And like we said, like I always talk about before, that my journey was always to become the woman that I dreamed of when I was a little girl. And I can say that fully and proudly that I am that woman today. And it's all because of the work that I did on myself, the reflection work that I did on myself, the journaling, the beautiful poems and things that I wrote that were from the inside, and I was able to release it. And that's the first part of the healing framework. The first part of the healing framework is the release. And to release, it means to really let something go, to kind of put yourself in a place where you're releasing something that happened to you so you can make more space for what will actually bring you joy, for what will actually bring you happiness and all of those things. So think of your feelings like a bucket, right? If you were always hoarding the worst things that happened to you and never healing from them, you're never making room for things that will make you better. You're never making room for things that are going to help you grow as a person. And so if you keep your bucket full of the negativity and the bad things that happened and the worst things that happened to you without healing them and releasing them so you can add more of your capacity could be joy and success and love and happiness and depth and good people, all of those things. That's really what you're releasing for. You're releasing so you can have more good in your life. And so as I go through this framework, it's really going to be something that really came from my heart and I'm sharing with you guys. Something that I grew into that I just want to share with you so you could learn from me. And the most beautiful way to really be of service to communities and of service to people is to share your story, share your depth, share who you are, and share how you overcame the hardest parts of your life. And that's the purest form of being of service to a community, being of service to your people, being of service to you and your family. I have my dad's picture behind me, and anyone that knows me knows I don't know why I said that. I'm gonna cry. It's gonna make me cry. But I don't know. I don't know anything more than what this picture looks like right now. Like, this is my life. He's always watching over me. And that was like a huge part of my release too, is releasing or accepting that he was gone, and accepting that he left us so soon, right? And so that was a huge part of the grief, right? Grief is so big in release. Grief has so many components to it. And so when you are grieving and you are, thank you, when you are grieving and you see, and there's really no closure in grief. So there's a sense like you have to kind of accept what happened, right? And you have to adjust. Your life has to adapt. You have to adjust to what life looks like now, and you have to release that grief. Where grief has a lot of stages to it, and one state, like, it has sadness, anger, acceptance. All of those are a part of the release process, the release process of grief. And grief is something, when you look back at it, I look back at it as something that is so rewarding, right? If you look back at it, because it keeps you in check. Like, okay, I lost someone, but also, like, made me closer to God. It made me closer to who I am as a person. It put me through, like, okay, like, my time can come at any time. Like, all of those things came into fruition when I had to grieve my Superman. So, yeah. So as we go into these frameworks, this is all real life and real important things that I went through that pushed me to the edge of my awakening. That's why my company's called Awaken the Glow. That's why my podcast is called Awaken. It's because I went through that awakening from the inside. When you go through that awakening, you're like very, very, very in tune with who you are, unapologetically who you are. And I'm in that space now. Alhamdulillah, I'm in that space. I'm in that space of acceptance. And so if you guys have any questions at all during this presentation or this podcast episode of mine, I want you guys to leave a comment and let me know. And I will definitely go through them and try to answer all of your questions, okay? And as we go through this, please keep an open mind and an open heart. I'm going to have my hand on my heart because this is really, really, really something I worked really hard on. And it's very personal, and it's very true to my story and what I had to learn along the way. And I'm sharing it with you because I know if I could help just one person, then I did my job. I'm echoing. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Am I still echoing? Okay. Am I still echoing? Okay, you sound good. Oh, hi, Kira. Okay, cool. Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming in. All right. So I'm going to talk about this part of the healing framework, which is the now it's bad sound. Okay, I'm going to put back my headphones. Excuse my I forgot I'm on live. Okay. Hold on. I don't know why. How about now? Can you guys hear me good? All right, perfect. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to put my hand on my heart. And I want you guys all to do the same, because this is something that we're all going to release together. And I have a lot of questions for after, because it really is something that will change your life once you know what you're releasing. So take a deep breath with me. Place your hand on your heart, the way we do when we honor something sacred. Because this is sacred. This is release. Release is the first doorway in the healing framework, because nothing new can grow in soil that is still holding yesterday's storms. And release is not about letting go in one dramatic moment. It is about making room for peace, for clarity, for God's guidance, for yourself. Release is honesty, raw, unfiltered honesty. Release is the moment you finally stop pretending that you're okay. It's when your body says, I can't hold this anymore. And your soul whispers, let me show you how to free it. Release is the tears you swallow until they burn. The truth you bury because you think you're protecting yourself. The weight you carry because you were taught that being strong means holding everything in. But real strength is knowing when to put it down. Release is awareness with courage, awareness with this hurt me. Awareness says this hurt me. Courage says I'm ready to face it. And the release sits right in between, not rushed, not forced, and not judged. When you release, you free the little girl inside of you who was taught to be quiet. You free the version of you that was abandoned emotionally, physically. You free the woman inside you who has been carrying stories she never deserved to carry. Release is permission. Permission to cry. Permission to name what happened. Permission to say, this wasn't my fault, and believe it. Permission to stop being the strong one for everyone else. And finally, be strong for yourself. And here's the truth. Release doesn't make you weak. Release makes you spacious. It makes you available for joy, for clarity, for better love, for deeper faith, available for the life God has been trying to hand you. You cannot elevate with your arms full of what broke you. You cannot rise with your fist clenched against memories that drained you. You cannot heal if you never let your pain breathe. So release is the exhale, the surrender, the shedding, the unraveling, the moment you put the sword down and say, I don't need to fight this anymore. Release is walking out of the burning house, not because it didn't matter, but because you finally realized you deserve to live. As you release, something happens. Your soul starts talking again. Your intuition gets stronger. Your boundaries get stronger. Your peace becomes non-negotiable. This is where we begin. Not with perfection, but with permission. Not with answers, but with honesty. Not with fixing, but with freeing. Because release is the root of your rebirth. And you are stepping into it today. Now, I have a few questions for the audience. Let me just see if... What is this? It's detected that the live chat didn't appear on your screen in the first. Okay. So, as we went through this, does anyone feel like they have any questions or anything they want to ask before I start asking you guys questions? And when I do ask you guys questions, I'm going to answer them from my point of view first. And then I want you guys to get involved in asking each other these questions and asking me these questions and about your situation and what you need to release, what you need to understand about the release process of the healing framework. So my first question is this. What is something your soul has been waiting for you to release? For me, I feel like in this part of my life that I'm very natural when it comes to expressing myself. And so my release process is through writing. It's through writing poetry, I'm in love, anybody knows me, I'm in love with the written word. And so anything that has to do with writing just makes me happy. It makes me feel, even reading somebody else's writing is like also a way I could, if I relate to it, it's a way of release. It's a way of breakthrough in my mind. Like, oh wow, like I opened my mind to a different perspective. And it's something very rewarding if you're open to that kind of life, it's that kind of release, right? Very rewarding because you see art in a different light, you see creativity in a different light. And my biggest release is through expression and through writing and through building in that kind of way. And so through the release process, that was something that built me into, that was the first step in the healing framework for me. The first step was to release everything that I was feeling, which on most days, I'm going to be honest, on most days, I could barely get out of bed on those days because the feeling was so overwhelming. The feeling was overwhelming because what I was letting go was I didn't have closure. I didn't have answers. I didn't have reasons, right? And so a lot of it was just healing, feeling what I needed to feel, sitting with it. And like I said before, the healing world is probably the hardest thing you will ever go through in life. It is so difficult. It's brutal, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. That's why you see so much people running from it. You see so much people running from the healing process, from releasing whatever they need to release because they can't handle the truth or they can't accept the truth either or, and maybe even both. And for me, it was both for a long time. I couldn't handle the truth and I couldn't accept the truth. And I was hurting myself every single day because of it. Until I made my final choice and I'm like, okay, this is the last day, the last moment, the last breath that I'm going to breathe in this mindset. I'm going to release whatever I need to release, no matter how long it takes, and work on what I need to work on to be the best version of me. And so after a long time of repeating patterns, of repeating things that left me in brokenness, right? Or supposed brokenness, or I thought it was brokenness, but it really wasn't. I was molding into who I was truly meant to be. And so I don't ever believe that anyone is broken. I believe that we all go through times where we're kind of sculpting ourselves. We're molding into, hi B, how are you? Thank you for joining. Yeah. So I'm talking about my healing framework that I created, and I'm going to start doing a live about each component of the healing framework, which there's 3 components. And so today is the episode of the release. And so I was just asking you guys, what is something that you felt like you had to release in the last, let's say in the last, what do you mean, what was the reason I left? That I left today? What are you talking about? Who's that? Did I say something? I don't know what that question means. But and that's, be specific, yes. And so that's what really, and that's what today's episode is the release. And I was telling them, writing is something that I release through, even when I feel, this is a little like whatever in depth, but I don't care. I'm just being myself. Even when I feel like I'm overwhelmed with love or overwhelmed with something, I'll sit and write. Any kind of feeling that I have, I'll sit and write. Okay, what is the reasoning you're getting mad? What is that reason that you're getting mad? Where you can't control your mouth, or you see red, because you are giving that thing the power for you not to be in control. See, emotions are not made for us to be uncontrollable around. We control our emotions. We control the compass and where it goes. And so if you're going through, if you point your compass at, oh, I'm going to see red, it's going to go there. But if you point your compass at, okay, I'm going to see clearly here, I'm going to remove myself, I'm going to think healthy, I'm going to think of ways that it's actually going to protect my peace in this moment, then you're moving in the right direction. Because there's no problem that has ever been solved with anger, and this is something I stand by. There's no problem in the history of history, in any person's problem, in any person's life, that has been solved with anger. And so why would you choose why would you choose anger in any kind of circumstance if you are not ever going to find, if you're never ever going to find, what, you know, if you're never ever going to find a solution with anger, why would you choose it? Tea time with Z. Tea time with Z. Let's do it. That's going to be a new segment. Tea time with Z. Yeah, tea time. It's funny. So, what is something that you guys had to release this week? Like release internally. What tea? Okay, so I love these teas because they have little, you guys want to read it together? They have little kind of sayings on them. And so today's saying is, nurture nurture teaches us harmony. Mm, nurturing yourself. When you nurture yourself, when you're able to validate yourself and nurture yourself, you are unstoppable in every kind of way. Trust me. So learn to nurture yourself and validate yourself, because then anyone else's validation is just extra to what you already give to yourself. Right? You're not starving for affection. You're not starving for attention. You're not starving. And so you're not going to fall into the wrong arms if you learn to validate yourself. You're not going to fall into the wrong relationships. You're not going to fall into the wrong friendships, because you learned how to validate yourself. And that's why it's so important to nurture yourself to heal yourself, so you continue to make better choices for your life and peaceful choices for your life and compassionate choices for your life. It's so important. So, tea time with Z, we're going to do that all the time. That's going to be a new segment. What is going on? Okay. So, as we move along, as we move along here, what emotion have you been carrying that doesn't belong to you anymore? So many times, many times in our lives, we think or we allow projection and we allow people's projections to control our emotions. Who is the Gigi? Block that person, please. Thank you. So as long as you are not, if you're allowing people outside of you to dictate your emotions, to dictate your life, to dictate your choices, to keep you in a box, to keep you in line in some kind of way or whatever, you're always going to feel unhappy. You're not going to feel like you're living in your purpose. You're not going to feel like you're living for yourself. You're going to feel like you're living for everyone else. And so I learned this the hard way, that whoever loves you and cares about you is going to love you even when you're doing something that they don't like or that they don't think is appropriate or whatever the case is. It's not even, my whole thing is this is what I always tell people. If God says I can do it, that means I can do it. And that's it. If God tells me that it's okay what I'm doing, I'm perfectly fine with what I'm doing. And that's why it's so important to understand that you can make different choices. You can make different choices than everyone else. And most of the time, if you want to be successful or you want to be something in this world, you have to go against the norm. You have to go against what is right, right? Or what is appropriate, or what is the norm, or whatever you want to call it, right? Okay. Oh, you sent me a message? Let me see. Hold on. Oh, in private or in here? So going against the norm. Oh, here. I didn't see it. Can you repeat it? So going against the norm is always going to make you feel like you're doing something wrong or uncomfortable. You're going to have that heart beating fast, or you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, am I doing something right? Like you don't have a blueprint, you're learning it as you go. And that's something that happened with me with opening this business, opening this podcast, opening myself to new possibilities, to new avenues. I didn't have a blueprint. I learned along the way. I literally watched YouTube videos. I watched a lot of people that I admire, that I really, really, really admire their life and their life choices and how they talk, how they articulate, how they move, and how they, all of those things. And I studied them, right? I studied them over and over and over again. I studied the way they talk. I studied the way they ran their podcasts and all of these things. And so on TikTok messages, I can't see the messages right now until we get off. So I will answer you when we get off. Yeah. So many times I was able to, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Um, that's okay. That's okay. No worries. So many times we were talking about how we move through what we want to do and what is expected of us. Now, most of the time it's coming out of love from the outside. It's coming out of love. It's coming out of unknown, like they don't know or they don't understand or they don't this or they don't that, or coming out of protection, right? But if you are going for something that has never been done in your atmosphere or in your world, it's going to feel like, what is this? It's going to feel like you're doing something wrong or you're uncomfortable in some circumstances. But if the will is strong enough, the fear will never ever come to pass. Like, you will never let your fear dictate your choices if the purpose was strong enough, if your will was strong enough, if your calling was strong enough. And so that's the way I look at it. I look at it like that. I look at it in a way where, yeah, this hasn't been done in the past. This hasn't been something that is normal for my life, for me. But my calling is so much bigger, and my stance is so much bigger, and it's needed, and it's requested from God. It's requested from me. It's something I can't just turn off. I tried turning it off so many times, but it's not something I can turn off because I feel like it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than just me. It's so much bigger. What I learned on this road, even if it just helps one person, it's so worth it. Hey, Miss, haven't seen you in a minute. Why did you quit from our school? Can you block that person, please? Thank you. Oh my God, how did they find me? How did these kids find me? They're so funny though. Okay. So sorry about that, guys, but this is a serious live, adult live. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they found me. They find me. I have no idea how they find me. It's so funny. They're so funny. But it's so important. That's why it's so important to know who you are and what you stand for. I'm not somebody that goes with the flow of things. I'm somebody that breaks the flow. Literally that breaks the flow and flows everywhere. It's just the way that I work. That's just, there's no explanation. I mean, there's no explanation to my existence. I just exist in the flow of the world, like everywhere, every place. It's funny. Period. Like, why would you want to stay in the flow? Why, when you could be everywhere? It's funny. And that's what happens when you release. You're more capable of holding so much more. Your capacity is so much more deep. You're able, like I said in the beginning of this, it's so important. They sent the live to all the students. Oh my God. Just be careful who you're sending it, who you're blocking. Just let it go. It's okay. Just let it go. It's okay. And so, like I was saying in the beginning of the live, like, imagine your life as like a bucket. If you're sitting in a bucket if you have like a bucket full of all your emotions and stuff, and you're harboring on everything that ever happened bad to you, and you're keeping it in the bucket and you're not letting it go and you're not letting it flow out of there, you're allowing it to fester. You're allowing it to like to become bigger and bigger and bigger. Like I said also before, I always say this analogy because it's so true. It's like if you don't release what is happening inside your mind, if you don't release those things, you'll, or the trauma or the bad moments or the unhealed reactions to triggers, all of those things, if you don't release those, it's like you lit a fire, right? And you just walked away from it and thinking it's just going to go away by itself. Now, does a fire just go away by itself, or do you have to mend it? Do you have to go put water on it? Do you have to go do whatever the case is? No, you have to give it attention. You have to give it attention. You have to give it purpose. You have to give it the attention it needs for it to die. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. You have to give it the attention that it needs for it to die. Whether that's watering it down, allowing your tears to flow, whether that's covering it, in some kind of way, whatever the case is, whatever it is that means to you. Like for me, there was moments where I didn't think I was gonna make it. And that's so real, and that's so real. And I'm trusting this enough to say this to you today, that there were days that I didn't think I was gonna make it. I really didn't. And with God's grace, I did. And now I'm here telling you how I got through it all, how I got through. And every component of the healing framework is literally my heart on the paper. Is literally just a whole bunch of notes I took when I couldn't even get out of bed. I did the reflection work while I was literally, the only thing that could move was my hand and my pen and my paper. And that's real. That's so honest. So that's why it's something that means so much to me. It's so important. It's so important for everyone to know that you're the only one that can choose to do the work for yourself. Because there's information everywhere. There's knowledge everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's for free. You don't have to pay for it. Everywhere you go, somebody is telling you how you can get through it. Somebody is showing you the way of how you can get through it. And this is how I got through it. This is the framework that I use to get through it. So there's 3 components. Today's episode was the release. Tomorrow's, or in a couple of days, there will be another episode that is the rewire, which is something that is honestly is my favorite one. I can't wait to talk to you guys about that one. And then the third one is to restore. And just with the words that I say, with the 3 R's for the healing framework, it's release, rewire, and restore. So you're rewiring your mindset. You're rewiring your new habits. You're getting rid of your old habits. You're releasing your old habits, and you're starting to gain good habits, real habits, habits that are protecting your peace, habits that are going to help you further down the road, all of those things. And to restore is the new you, you're becoming, right? And I've been talking and writing in a way which is a 3-part. Like I have a trilogy that I wrote, and then I also have the woman that I was, the woman that I am, and the woman I'm becoming. All of those are a part of the healing framework, because they're all about who you are, who you were. The release is who you were. You're releasing that person. Who you are is the rewire. You're in the rewire stage. And who you're becoming is in the, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, and who you're becoming is the restore. Now, we're never really final in any kind of way. Are you close to Rania? Yeah, she's my sister-in-law. Um, oh my God, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. That was so kind of you. Thank you. I was into my conversation. I didn't mean to ignore you. Who's Zana? I don't know that person. Yeah. So it's like so many times we forget I don't know where I was. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted, but there's the re the release is the woman that you were or the man that you were. The rewire is who you are in the current moment, what you're working on to get through things. And the restore is who you're working to become, who you're becoming. And throughout that whole journey, through the becoming stage is your entire life because you're always healing from something. And it's important to realize that, right? Because we're always we always have to, we're always, life is always gonna life. It's not always going to be rainbows and you should always, it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies, and life is going to life, and you're always going to be going through something, and that's the whole point of the emotional compass and the healing framework. It's really a roadmap to help you be more in control of who you are, be more in control of where you're going, where you're pointing your compass, and where you are supposed to point your compass to actually have peace in your life. And I think everybody's mission in life should be finding that peace, and finding that peace for themselves, from you, by yourself. Nobody can give you peace. Nobody can be your peace. You have to be your own peace. Okay? And then you have to protect your own peace. I have never met any peaceful person say, I want somebody, say the term, I want somebody to be my peace. No peaceful person is going to say that because they already are peace. That's crazy. No, I heard so much people, and that facial expression is so real because you have to understand no one can be your peace. Any peaceful person on the planet looks at that term and is like, what the hell? Like, it doesn't make sense. Because no peaceful person is going to say, I want somebody to be my peace. Because they're already holding their peace. Does that make sense? Hello? What's going on? So that's really, it's really important to understand and to live in that knowing that your peace is in your hands, right? Your peace is in your hands. You and how much you get in your life is really determined on the work that you do on yourself. And even as a coach, I still do my work. I still do what I need to do. I do everything that needs to be done. What is this? I know I need to do my nails. Are you telling me I have to do my nails? I know I need to do my nails. Unfortunately, yes, I know. I have a lot of things going on, so my nails are something that I always have done, but it's just been, you know, thank you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. So, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's pull up another question. All right, I love questions. If you could put one weight down today, what would it be? If you could put something down today, anything. And we're going deep. I like going deep. I really want to get my people on here. I want to gain those people and gain. No, I don't. I don't. Don't forget cat. I know. Like this is. It's really like. It's really important to control yourself, and you're gonna have people all, and that's the weight that I'm putting down today, is that yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, the thing that what's going on? How many people did we block today? I usually do my podcast episodes on another platform, but I was like, I want to start recording myself and posting it on YouTube. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, I think I'm gonna start doing it during the day, during the daytime. I'm just, it's just, yeah, tea time with Z. I love me a good cup of tea. So, what is something you release? You have to release today, or yesterday, or something you're thinking about releasing. I think at this point in my life, my release is like very natural. I release by like without even thinking about it, just picking up my book and feeling like, okay, it's time for me to write something today. Or I'll even just transcribe myself into ChatGPT, or just something I'll release in some kind of way, whether that's a workout. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like the gym is the perfect way to release too. Like to release your aggression in some kind of way, or your anger. Like somebody was talking about anger earlier. Um, 100%. This is a healthy platform, a healthy way for us to really connect. Let's see another question. Let's see another question. What truth have you avoided saying out loud, even to yourself? For a long time, I was, I was, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. For a long time, that question, what is something what is a truth that that you've been hiding even from yourself? That's the certain things hurt me, right? It was just, I didn't allow it to, I didn't acknowledge it as hurt. Thank you. I didn't acknowledge it as hurt. I acknowledged it. I just thought it was just gonna go away one day, right? Like the fire on the thing, like it was just gonna go away one day without me giving it attention. And that's why I can relate to what I work. Like, this is literally my story. On this is how I got through it. And so giving it the attention helped me. I had to acknowledge it. I had to be aware of it, that there was a problem, that I was hurt, right? And that whatever the case may be, whatever I was hurt from, whether that's childhood wounds or adult wounds or going through just a rough time, whatever the case may be, it was just something that I had to acknowledge and move past. And then I was able to heal from it, and I was able to move on from it, and I was able to grow from it, right? I was able to I didn't let it fester anymore. I was able to be happy and find joy, in myself again, right? And it wasn't until I sat with it and I felt it. Oh, it wasn't easy. It was not easy, but it was rewarding. The most rewarding things in life are the things that are the most challenging. That's why, yes, it is a process. And that's why when you are healing or you're going through something or you make the conscious choice and the intention to heal from something, don't it's a daily choice. It's a daily choice. It's a daily choice of how you're going to get through it. Every single day you have to make the choice to actually feel what you need to feel and move on from it. I am I am sick and I'm here today. I can't shake this cold. I don't know why. I just can't shake it. And I usually, like, my allergies are something else this year. It's not even like normal for me whatsoever. So I don't really, it's more my allergies than anything else. I don't think it's an infection because I would have gotten a fever and stuff like that. So it's more like my allergies. But I appreciate you guys all coming in. And as we move forward in the next coming days through all of these episodes of the Healing Framework, I really appreciate you all staying here with me throughout the whole time. Before we end, I want you to feel the warmth underneath your palm. Actually. And I want you to say this softly. I release what weakened me. I release what blinded me. I release what I outgrew. And I release what was never mine to carry. And okay. No problem for what? Oh, I see. I just, so the next episode is going to be the rewire part. Is going to be how you rewire, how you stay close. Yeah, I don't, is it me? What am I? I'm so confused. I don't know. But, okay. It's okay. It's okay. I can't even see your emojis. Use words. I can't see your emoji. I'm blind. I should be wearing my glasses. I need to get reading glasses. So the next one is going to be rewire. How are you going to rewire yourself and stay consistent and disciplined? How are you How are you going to rewire yourself and stay consistent and disciplined? What are the choices you need to make? And that part is probably the hardest part to stay. Most people give up on that part because it means it's calling you to be someone that you're not used to being. It's going to cause a lot of discomfort. And so in the next episode of the healing framework, it's going to allow you to to open your willingness to new possibilities. Okay? I don't know why I can't see the emojis on here. I can only see the hearts. Yeah. So thank you all for coming in. I hope you all have a great day, amazing rest of your day, and happy almost Monday. We all love Monday, right? I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Good night. And I will be posting what time I'm going to go next time. I don't think I'm going to do it at nighttime again. I'm going to do it during the day. But I will be posting on my story. So if you don't follow me, please follow me so you can see my story and when I'm going to be on for the next episode, which is Rewire. Have a great day, everyone. Have a good night. Now I just need to see how I'm going to get out of here. Hold on.